Hey, good Friday morning and welcome to the morning briefing, everybody. It is so great to be with you all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here on this Friday morning. It's another weekend full of life and potential for Southern California and Baja fishermen, and I've got the West Coast update for you all right now. All right, I'm really tired. I'm beat. I can hardly keep my eyes open because we fished bluefin tuna all night last night on board the Amigo. So how can I be standing on the beach here? Well, because this is a pre-recorded morning briefing, as you can hear the crows in the background saying, hey, that's not fair. Well, what can I do? All right, we got to keep the morning briefing going. I can't have you drink your cup of coffee without me, so here I am. I'm actually not here. I'm out on the Amigo. We've concluded our first day of fishing on Thursday, and I'm going to take a guess, okay? You hold me to this, okay? We have, do I want to go out on it? We fished bluefin last night. We fished San Clemente Island. We've got limits of bluefin tuna on board. Limits. And now we're going to fish the island all day today and see how we do. There you go. Oh my God. Am I going to have egg on my face? Are we going to have no bluefin tuna? I'm going with limits, okay? Limits of bluefin tuna for one day. We fished that fish in the daytime on Thursday and then fished it Thursday night into the wee morning hours of Friday, which is right now. And man, I'm hoping that we have a great report. Not only because I really want us to have a great trip for the people on board, but I want that door to open up so everybody can start to flow out, from Jeff Markland down there on the Thunderbird to Tino Valentine on board the Freedom. It's time to get rocking and rolling on this fish, and hopefully things are playing out the way I have described them to you all. I want to go over a lot of stuff, but tonight is a grunion run, and it's a great time for you to take the kids out to see grunion. And underline C, to see, because it's observation only. And so you have to keep your grimy little fingers off the grunion, but it's always great to take kids to Cabrillo Beach. Here in Bolsa Chica, you can see lots of grunion. It's always a really great time. So that is something to keep in mind. And fishing during grunion runs, man, I remember a night with my son Patrick and Philip and Bob Osborne and a whole bunch of other people showed up. They wanted to see the grunion. We wanted to fish. We were catching these frickin' yellowfin croaker that were huge. Now that was when you could actually pick up a bait, pin it on, and toss it out. So you got an ample supply of live bait right in front of your feet. Now I've got a bunch of frozen grunion up at the house, so I fish with that during grunion runs, and it can be outstanding fishing. A little dropper loop type of rig, put a grunion on there, and it can be good. But you cannot pick up the bait here in June, so don't do that. If you have some frozen grunion, great. If not, you can fish something else, like dig up a sandworm, do something like that. That can really help you to get it done. All right, so it's Friday. Let me go over kind of briefly what's been going on. Things may have changed since I've been on the beach. Saturday morning, we're gonna have fresh, new, awesome information for you all. And don't forget, we've got some charters coming up. Our next one, we've got 2 openings. 2-day trip on the Pride. And the Pride has been red hot all season long with great catches. Sean and Michael worked their tails off. 2-day trip departing July the 5th. And we go on weekdays because the boat pressure is down, and that makes a huge difference. You see these great catches sometimes, and they're during the week, and then you get to the weekend. Sometimes those great catches continue, sometimes too much boat pressure. So we try to do these during the week, and I know if this is your game, maybe you have to take a couple days off work, but it's worth it. Believe me, it is worth it. So hopefully you'll be able to join us on that next one. Our entire charter schedule starting to fill up is in the comment section. So, or not in the comment section, in the show description here on YouTube. So take a look at that. If you want to join us, send me a text. I'll get back to you on Saturday when we get back in from the Amigo tonight. So hopefully we got a good trip going. Down there in the Ensenada area, briefly we continue to see some great bluefin tuna fishing, and they have got gorgeous weather here on Friday. It's going to blow up a little bit on Friday afternoon, but the morning should be good. Thursday was absolutely perfect. Same thing for the San Diego boys. We continue to see that fish active on the surface, 30 to 50 pound bluefin tuna, some down there in 18 pounds, some up to 60 pounds. But don't get lulled into a state of complacency. I'm telling you right now, you get a lot of fish on the fly line right now, fishing the Opsin fluorocarbon or the fluoro of your choice. We like Opsin, www.opsinusa.com. Order some today. Put in FA, Friedman Adventures, at checkout, and you'll be rocking and rolling. And get a free gift and a note from Greg Brown. So once again, we love what we're seeing. I like throwing chum and seeing bluefin come to the surface and boil. That just gets your heart and soul fired up, and it's looking pretty darn good. So that's looking good down there in that neck of the woods. Moving up, there's more and more LA Orange County based catches of bluefin that have been going on that fish over the border again, but in new areas also that we are fishing on board the Amigo, and I'll have updates on that for you all very, very soon. We'll be back in tonight, and I'll be able to provide you with a lot of information. I will probably collapse from no sleep Friday night, but Saturday morning briefing should be a sizzling one for you all. I'll have all that information, provide it to you, let you know what's working, let you know what we saw, let you know how our trip went, and get you ready for our next trip July 5th on board the Pride. That should be a lot of fun. All right, moving you up and down the coast, take a look at the islands for you, and down there Todos Santos off Ensenada, a little bit of yellowtail, not much, everybody driving by it, same thing, Coronado Islands. San Clemente Island, I'll have fresh news for you tomorrow morning on the morning briefing, but there's been more yellowtail seen there, occasional halibut and sea bass, but there's not a lot of squid around there right now, and that's where you catch that stuff. You catch it by exploiting squid nests, parking on squid nests. So the bass bite has been excellent. I'm anticipating limit style calico bass fishing at Clemente, as well as good bonita fishing and a handful of yellowtail. I'm guessing we end up with 20 or so yellows. We'll see how wrong I am when we get back in here this evening. Up there, San Nicolas, Santa Barbara Island, those zones really have great potential. So much fish. There's a lot of halibut and sea bass, and we've had that weather break. The wind is going to come up, however, on this afternoon, it looks like. So we'll watch that closely. But I got a feeling that there's going to be some conking going on. And of course, the boys up there, Aloha Spirit, Endeavor with Tucker, all those guys, those really capable fishermen up there, have been doing really well, but a little bit inconsistent. See how that goes. Dropper loop and sliding egg sinkers, definitely want to have that. Fluorocarbon, a must. Definitely want to have that also. So keep that in mind on the island scenes. Locally, you know, all kinds of the good signal. Water temps up, and that's when the bass start to spawn. So more and more calico and sand bass. There was a period last weekend where it really fired up and bit, and then it kind of slowed up, but I suspect that we're going to see that hit and miss. Might be the full moon a little bit, but there's been some really, really excellent fishing. Fishing lighter line for calico bass, fluorocarbon, choosing a good hot bait. You do those three things, and you'll outfish the guy next to you every single time. Really, really good. If you're a private boater and you have a little bit of chum in, that smaller anchovy can get it really up and fired up. Calico bass, throwing a Lucky Craft lure. And Eddie Leland, Captain Eddie Leland, who fished with us the other day on board the Judith Ann out of 22nd Street Landing, says it's a little dangerous, if you ask me. 8-pound mono, throwing the Lucky Craft. And I say dangerous because those things are $20. Sometimes a little bit more than that. So 8-pound, man, okay. But Eddie swears it works, and I watched him crank on fish after fish after fish. So you just go a little bit easier on them, and you should be able to do just fine. That Lucky Craft works good. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you also. The boats out of 22nd Street, Pier Point Landing in Long Beach, all those guys fishing out there on the bass zones. And while it's been inconsistent, they have that sculpin to fall back on, and that provides everybody with great table fare. It's been limit style fishing on the sculpin, so that looks pretty darn good also. Surf fishing improving. Water temps are warm on the beach. We have that south swell down there in the Baja region pushing up more and more warm water. So we have that warm water along the coast, and there's good corvina fishing. There's been more yellowfin croaker. Of course, this grunion run here this evening is going to get a lot of fish on the beach. Halibut, yellowfin croaker, spotfin croaker, looking really good. If you like catching spotfin croaker, they do not like to bite artificials that much. So you're throwing a chrome crocodile, you'll catch yellowfin croaker full speed if they want to bite, but rarely catch spotfin. Better off fishing sand crabs, digging up some of these sandworms. All of that works really, really well if you're targeting spotfin croaker. If you're targeting halibut, Lucky Crafts, can't go wrong with that. They also like to bite that chrome crocodile or Castmaster. And if you have some frozen grunion, because still can't touch those little devils right now until next month, that's a good way to get it done. Surf fishing really improving and looking much better. So we're heading in tonight from our 2-day trip on the Amigo. Can't wait to have a great morning briefing for you all. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, I'll have so much fresh info. I'll have so much tackle tips. So many tackle tips. Some English teacher I am, huh? No wonder they threw me out of China. And of course, we'll bring you all the very latest from everywhere else here on the morning briefing. Always great to be with you, my friends. Thank you so much for spending and giving me a part of your day. I deeply appreciate it. Our stats soaring through the roof. I can't thank you enough for that. Well over 120,000 views and 16,000 hours of content consumed by you in the past 28 days. I can't express my gratitude enough because I know all of that is due to you, and I thank you so very much. Morning briefing for Friday morning in the books. No, I'm actually not here on the beach. I'm out on the Amigo, headed back home here this afternoon. We'll let you know how we did, and I'll see you Saturday morning for a really sizzling morning briefing. Take care, my friends.